Okay, so now that we've gotten through the naming section, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go form our LLC. So most people do an LLC primarily because you can go get your bank account and things like that, but you can also do an LLC and file as an S Corp. I'm not going to go over that information here in this video. We'll talk about the tax stuff later. But for now, let's just go and figure out how to form your LLC. So again, you're going to use the same link that you did earlier in the naming convention. You're basically going to go to your Secretary of State and you're going to go and register your company. So I've jumped over here to the NASS. I'm going to go to Florida. I know that Florida is SunBiz. And here we're going to do start a business, and you want to do this limited liability company. Now, every state is going to look a little bit different. Now, you can absolutely go to other companies like LegalZoom, or if you have an attorney, you want your attorney to do it, you can, but this is super simple to do. You're just going to go in here and click limited liability company. And it's going to tell you, like, read the instructions, have a valid form of payment because you're going to have to pay for it. It's less to do it this way than it is to do it through any of the third-party services that I have mentioned previously. So, for example, I'm going to go ahead and pretend I'm going to start this, but we're going to file this and it's going to say, wait a second, do you have all of your stuff together, right? So then you're going to say, yes, I do, and I accept, and then you're going to start a new filing. And then here's where it's going to tell you the fees. This is how Florida does it. Again, check your other states. The effective date typically can't be more than 7 days from the actual date of that you're on, 7 days previous, depending on which state. So like, let's say I actually started the business in 2024. I can't backdate this to 2024. Now, I like to get certified copies. And certificate of status just so that I can show it to the bank. And then here, you're going to enter the name that you selected in step 1. So if your company name is Made for Time, you're going to put, here you're going to put what you want your LLC name to actually be. It does not have to be the DBA. So the DBA is what we went through earlier with the naming convention, like Made for Time or whatever. This can be anything that you want. So it's going to check for you. But again, what I typically do is TMS are my initials. And then I've stuck with this naming convention over the years. So TMS Enterprise. So I currently have network, I have solution, I have properties, I have management. So I just do TMS Enterprise and then whatever. And then you do actually have to put the LLC at the end of it. And then again, your address, your mailing address, who the registered agent is. Typically this is going to be you, but if you want to select somebody else, you can. This is sometimes the reasons why people will go through third-party services like LegalZoom. Again, each state is different. In Florida, we have to submit paperwork on our LLC so that they know that we're still in business. And then of course we have to pay the annual fee. If you don't do this, they will shut your LLC down. So you don't want that to happen. And then you just sign. If there's any other people as part of your business, you're going to list them down at the bottom here. Correspondent email. You don't have to use your company email. I actually use my personal email for this because I don't want all of my company stuff just going to my general company mailbox. And then again, these are the people who are authorized to manage the company. If you are going into business by yourself, this is ideally just going to be you, unless you have a full-time manager that you want managing this. It's not that much work, so I would just say do it yourself. So you would leave this blank if you're not going to have everybody else on there. But if you're going to partner with somebody, then their information needs to be on here as well. Okay, and then you're just going to hit continue. It's not going to let me go forward, but basically it's going to say, is all this information correct? You're going to say yes, and when it is, they're going to send you over an email. Let's see if I can find my email. Okay, so this is an example of the management company that didn't actually get filed because the way that I listed something in here. So you're going to get an email that basically says, did you pass or didn't you pass? If it's missing something, it's going to give you that information. Okay, so that is it. This is how you're going to file for your LLC.